Imagine you have a new to you Mini and you take it home, you're enjoying it, you're driving down the road listening to music, and suddenly the screen turns off. Well, that's exactly what happened to one of our subscribers who came to us with the issue where their screen was only showing black and the radio wasn't working. So they drove to us all the way from Pennsylvania, and we are going to take a look at their car and see if their system is broken, see if we can upgrade it to a brand new system with Apple CarPlay, and through that process we are going to show you the difference between a BIS system where it integrates the head unit with the screen and the Entrynav 2 system where you have the head unit and screen separate. Make sure that you like and subscribe as it helps us out more than you can imagine. My name is Ethan and welcome to Car Creations. So what do we know? Well, if we turn on the car, the screen does not light up. If you tried to get the screen showing by holding down the power button, that doesn't work, or any of the other ways that you would normally do it. And a car like this has a number of dimensions behind the screen. It could have come with a BIS head unit that incorporates the head unit in the screen, and it could come with a Entrynav 1 or Entrynav 2 system. One of these systems isn't working, so what we're going to do is take off the screen, take off the infotainment, and see if we can find the issue, and if we can't find the issue, we are going to upgrade her to a brand new infotainment system with Apple CarPlay. So, before we get started, we can disconnect the battery, and then we are going to get the screen taken off and see what we can see behind. We just have to take off this vent at the top, which, if this vent hasn't been taken off before, it can be a little bit difficult. Nice, pop straight out. Tabs down here, we're just gonna quickly take off. This should be able to come off if we twist it slightly like that. All right, that's off. Now we just have some Torx screws right here that we need to take off. These should come up pretty easy with a T15. So this is the hard bit. You have to push down up here while pulling it forward. There's a little tab in the top. Nice. All right, so I can tell from this, it's a BIS system. The head unit is incorporated into the screen, and that's very annoying because we have to use a custom-made wire harness to get this to work. Have no fear, we have that custom-made wire harness because I figured that this car would most likely have that system. So this system is pretty much garbage anyways. These don't have any functionality other than basic Bluetooth. So what we're going to do is get rid of this, and we're going to put an Entrynav 2 system in with a touchscreen and Apple CarPlay, and it's going to be a whole lot better. So let's go and look at the system that I have. Alright, so here is our complete system that we're going to be installing here. We're going to start off with the cables. We have a GPS cable, we have the screen cable, we have the Wi-Fi cable for the wireless CarPlay, then we have the adapter that we're going to be using here. Next we get to the surround that goes around the screen, and then finally we get the screen and the frame that goes around it. Okay, let's put it on the car, but before we do that we have to switch the hazard button from the old one over to the new one. Now that we have the hazard button switched over, we can now work on installing the BIS adapter. Now, there is a little cable here that runs off, and that's to power the screen. So before we do anything, you actually have to connect it to this cable with the white end on it. And it's going to be the red and purple wire that you see here, and it's on pin number 1. If you look on the end, you'll see a little number 1. And so in order to do this, we're just going to do a little bit of heat shrinking and some soldering. If we need to do this, but we have to do it. Now we just have to solder them together. We're all melted down. All right, and I'm gonna wrap it back up too. So just get a little bit of tape here. And don't use electrical tape, please. It's not meant for cars like this. It'll just get all gummy and nasty. So what they do use on BMWs, it won't get all hard and nasty. Also has a nice little coating on it, and will stop it from banging against your dash and stuff inside, and you get getting odd little noises. All right, so now the moment you've all been waiting for, where we connect the wiring harness together. So we're just gonna take the two, put them together. Sometimes they're really hard to put together, so it holds pretty snug without the lock that holds it in place. If you're really concerned about it, you can use a zip tie to hold them together. I'm not that concerned about it, but I'm still gonna do that because it's not my car and I want our subscriber to have the best experience, so we're just gonna... All right, finally. Wiring harness is all together, and we can now do the fun part of installing the head unit. So the head unit is the computer that, you know, does everything. And this specific head unit is an Entrynav 2 system, which is different than the one that we normally install, which is a NBT Evo. But the pros for this is that it's cheaper and it works well with the smaller screen, and also you can upgrade it in the future to the big screen if you want. The negatives is that you can't keep music stored on it and you can't play video from it. Each car is different with how this fits, so each time it's like a little adventure. What I'm gonna do here to give me some more room is just to remove these vents quickly. Okay, so let's put the rest of the cables onto it to see if they fit. The white and the black. That's for the radio. All right, here's the GPS cable. Let's put that in. Like always, I'm gonna mount it just underneath the dash out there. And like always, I always make a royal mess with it. Once that's all routed through, that took a moment. Then we just put it right here. Nice. Here's the Wi-Fi antenna. All right. Best part now. Putting on the screen. As always, I'm not gonna put it completely back on until we've tested it and coded it. So that won't be till tomorrow. But meanwhile, we can connect this all up and see what happens. So buttons on the bottom, the indicator. This here is for the screen. Oh, look at that, something shows on the screen. Remember, it's not coded yet, so. Oh yeah. So, sound works, the screen works, and all we have to do is make sure that CarPlay is up and running, and then we can put it all back together again and get it coded. Alright, so because it's working, I'm just going to screw this in so that it doesn't go anywhere. Also, while I'm at it, I'm just going to put the vents back into. They just snap into place. Time to get it coded. I'm going to throw that Wi-Fi cable into there and get it all buttoned up and give it back to the subscriber that had this issue. I'm so excited that it worked out for them, because this looks fantastic and Apple CarPlay is going to do wonders. And it's much better than that BIS system that they had before. Alright, so it's all working properly, so now we can just push it into place here. There we go, and then screw it in. Finally, the best part, putting the frame on it. So, just connect to the top. Then so it doesn't move around, we just insert these little clips in the bottom. Finally, the top vent. We are all set to go. Look at this. Apple CarPlay working beautifully. I can play my Harry Potter if I want to. I can go to maps. I think she's gonna be super impressed and happy with this. All right, so that's our video. We hope you enjoyed. We have a happy subscriber with a brand new system that still includes Apple CarPlay while being a lot cheaper than a full 8.8-inch screen. If you want to see how to install 8.8-inch screen, we'll include links down below. Most of all, please leave us any comments, any questions down below, like and subscribe, and we'll see you all in the next one.